Hey guys, this looks like a fun one. We're given 9 is equal to 3 to the power of 4 to the power of the square root of 2 to the power of x. This is a power tower, and we got to figure out how to solve for x. If you want to try it on your own, pause it right now, because I'm going to solve it in 3, 2, 1. In a power tower, you're supposed to evaluate from the top down, but how are we going to do that when we have an x right here? I want to try to make the bases match over and over and over again and see if we can keep dropping the base and then get the x all alone. We start with 9 is equal to 3 to the power of all of this. We can rewrite this 9 with a base of 3. 9 is the same thing as 3 squared, and that'll still be equal to all of this. So now we have matching bases of 3, we'll make them blue, and the exponents will make red. Since the bases match, this can only be true if the exponents are equal to each other. Or in other words, we can drop the base. So now we have 2 is equal to 4 to the power of the square root of 2 to the power of x. And now we can do it again. We can rewrite this 2 so that it has a base of 4. 2 is equal to the same thing as the square root of 4, and that's the same thing as 4 to the 1/2 power. And then on the right hand side, we still have 4 to the power of the square root of 2 to the power of x. Once again, these bases match, so this will only be true if these exponents are equal to each other. Or in other words, we can drop the base. And that'll leave us with 1/2 is equal to the square root of 2 to the power of x. And next, we can express each of these with a base of 2. 1/2 is equal to 2 to the negative 1 power, and that'll be equal to square root of 2 to the x. And we can rewrite the square root of 2 as 2 to the 1/2 power. And now we no longer have a power tower. This 1/2 will multiply by the x, giving us 2 to the power of x over 2. And once again, we now have two bases that match. So this will only be true if these exponents are equal to each other. Or in other words, we can drop the base. And that leaves us with negative 1 is equal to x over 2. For the next step, we can multiply both sides by 2. On the left-hand side, 2 times negative 1 is equal to negative 2. And on the right-hand side, this 2 on top and bottom will cancel each other out. So we're left with x is equal to negative 2. And that is the answer to our question. In this equation, x is equal to negative 2. Let's put a box around it. And we can verify the answer. Here's the work right here. Square root of 2 to the negative 2 would be 1 over square root of 2 squared. And then on bottom here, the square root and the square will cancel each other out. So we have 4 to the 1/2 power. 4 to the 1/2 power is the same thing as the square root of 4, and square root of 4 is equal to 2. And then 3 squared is equal to 9. So we have 9 equals 9, it checks out. X equals negative 2 is the answer to our question. How exciting. And if you want to try more Power Tower challenge problems, I have this page on andymath.com. It's 100% free and all the problems show the work and the answers. Let me know what you think.